What if everything the history books taught you about ancient Egypt was a lie, to make you believe it was the slaves that built the pyramids, and the impossible math, advanced technology, and all the predictions were just a coincidence? And what if it was instead advanced life that isn't human? The same ones that are starting to come back right now.
To begin releasing government files relating to UFOs and unexplained aerial phenomena.
When it comes to aliens, there's some things I just can't tell you.
Because I just found connections to a 1997 Simpsons episode that connects all of this mystery around the pyramids to XRP, 589, and the crypto markets. And in this video, not only am I going to show you the secret truth about ancient Egypt, I'm also going to show you how to use this information to build generational wealth. So if you're going to become the first millionaire in your family tree, comment amen below and let's run it. All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. Now, before I show you the connections to XRP and what's happening right now, you have to understand what they're hiding about the pyramids. Because if you still think this was just a bunch of slaves that dragged rocks around the desert, you're falling right into their trap. And first, you have to understand the architecture, because the Great Pyramids of Giza cover 13 acres of land, 2.3 million stone blocks, where some of them weigh 80 tons. And the stones on the outside were cut so precisely that they were joined together within 1,000th of an inch. So you can't even fit a piece of paper between some of them. And they were sealed with a cement that nobody has been able to reverse engineer to this day. Now, it's not only puzzled modern day archaeologists on how we would even do it with today's technology, but it seems virtually impossible for people 4,500 years ago to just build with copper tools and wooden sledges. But this is just the start, because the pyramids also have mathematical formulas built into the structure that weren't even disclosed until 2,000 years after the pyramids were built. And the first one is pi. This is the number that explains the ratio between a circle's circumference and its diameter. But it's not just a formula, because it shows up everywhere. Every wheel, orbit, planet, and wave in the ocean has the number pi. So it's one of the most fundamental numbers in the universe. And it wasn't discovered until around 250 BC, which is over 2,000 years after the pyramids were built. But if you take the parameter of the Great Pyramid's base and you divide it by twice the height, you get 3.14 pi, enclosed into the dimensions of the structure. Now, the second one is even crazier, and that's the golden ratio, 1.618. The number shows up everywhere in nature. The spiral of a seashell, the way petals grow on a flower, the spiral of a hurricane, the spiral of an entire galaxy, even the proportions of the human face. There's been a study done that the closer the face is to the golden ratio, the more attractive that person is. So I would say that I got the golden ratio going on for me right now. But the golden ratio isn't just a signature left in the desert or something that makes you say, damn, this guy's good looking. But the golden ratio, it's the hidden pulse of the entire global market. Listen, in trading, we use the Fibonacci retracement and extension tool because human psychology follows the exact same geometric laws as a seashell or a galaxy. When the market breathes and when it pulls back or it explodes to new heights, it's almost always respecting the 0.618 level. This is why professional traders don't guess where the price will turn. They use the same divine proportion encoded into the pyramids to predict where the big money and institutional liquidity is going to step in at. So if nature uses 1.618 to build a human face and the Egyptians used it to build a power plant, you better believe the elite are using it to build their portfolios. And understanding this math is the difference between being a victim of the volatility and being the one who positions themselves before the golden move happens in the market. And it wasn't described until around 300 BC, again, over 2,000 years after the pyramids were built. But if you take the slant height of the pyramid and divide it by half the base, you get 1.618, the golden ratio, built right into the shape itself. And it doesn't even stop there, because the dimensions of the entire Earth are literally built into the pyramid.
432 is one of those numbers that shows up again and again and again and again. If you take the height of the Great Pyramid, you multiply it by 43,200, you get the polar radius of the Earth. Even more impressive, when you take the perimeter length of the Great Pyramid and you multiply that by 43,200, you get the equatorial circumference of the Earth. Aristotle in Greece, he was the first one to give it a go by measuring sort of the angle of, the shadow in two different places over a few years, and he got the circumference of the Earth to within about 500 miles. That was as close as we got. The funny thing is that the more advanced we got as we stepped closer and closer, and right up to the modern satellite surveys, the closer the number came to what the Great Pyramid represents at this ratio of 43,200. The most modern, I think, the surveys done in the 80s are still the ones we use today, looking at the actual circumference of the Earth is within about 300 feet of the measure of the Great Pyramid, which that's within the margin of error.
So the pyramids were more accurate than every civilization that came after it for 4,000 years. How is that possible? Well, the history books will either tell you that they don't know or that it's just a random coincidence and it was built by slaves. But a guy named Christopher Dunn spent decades studying the inside of the pyramids, and his theory is that these were never tombs at all.
My first book pretty much describes what I thought it was in 1998, which was a power plant. The book is entitled The Giza Power Plant.
It had something to do with the design of this power plant?
I don't think there's any part of that pyramid that did not serve a practical function.
The pyramids are just the surface, hiding the truth underneath. So, if these aren't tombs and they have the dimensions of the entire planet built into them and they concentrate electromagnetic energy, well, who built this and how did they build it? Because the ancient Egyptians didn't even take credit for it. Their own texts described beings that came down from the sky.
Settlements and villages emerged, but all of humanity's previous knowledge was lost to the sea. They were back to the Stone Age. Enki and even Enlil were impressed by the resilience of man and decided to visit the settlements. The Anunnaki descended from the heavens and rose from the seas to give people the gift of civilization. Humans are taught reading and writing, mathematics, astronomy, and even engineering. They're taught how to build great cities. And some believe the Anunnaki helped them build huge structures like pyramids and obelisks found in Egypt and South America.
And on the walls of the pyramids, there are carvings that look like helicopters, submarines, and UFOs. So they encoded pi, the golden ratio, and the dimensions of the entire planet into a structure with 600 meters of hidden chamber underneath. And their own records say the knowledge came from beings in the sky. Now, it sounds a little bit too intentional to just be considered random, right? Now, in one of my last videos, I showed you this Simpsons scene right here. And I showed you how that eye said, "Buy crypto, suckers."
Buy crypto, suckers!
Is from the dollar bill, the Eye of Providence. But I missed something very important, and this might be the most important thing in the whole clip, because there's a monkey in that same frame, and I couldn't figure out what it meant before until I went deep into the pyramid research in ancient Egypt, because I already showed you how Jesus in that same frame connects to the Holy Trinity and how the Trinity connects to the Triskelion, which is Ripple's logo, but there was actually another Trinity that started thousands of years earlier in ancient Egypt, and that consists of Osiris, Isis, and Horus, the father, the mother, and the son. And the story behind it is one of the oldest stories ever told. Osiris was the king, and he was betrayed and murdered by his own brother, Set. And Horus, the son, rose up to fight Set and avenge his father. But during the battle, Set tore the eye of Horus into 6 pieces, and the kingdom went into chaos. The system broke, and without the eye, it could never become whole again. Now, each piece of the eye represents a fraction, and they're all powers of 2, 1/2, 1/4, 1/8, 1/16, 1/32, 1/64, all binary numbers, which is the exact same math that runs every computer and blockchain on the planet right now. And the story is that when you add all 6 pieces together, you only get 63 out of 64. The eye is incomplete. One piece is still missing, and only one god in all of Egyptian mythology could restore that missing piece to make the eye whole again, and his name is Thoth, the god of mathematics and writing. And the story says that when Thoth adds the missing piece, the eye becomes whole again, and the broken system resets. Chaos ends, and order returns to the kingdom. Now, in Egyptian drawings, Thoth appears in 2 forms, a man with the head of an ibis bird and a baboon. So, a monkey in ceremonial clothing, just like the one sitting right next to Jesus in that Simpsons clip. Now, watch what happens when we put this into gematria, because the Egyptian name for the eye only Thoth can restore is the Wedge Eye. And when you type that into Gematria, it comes out as 588, one number away from 589. And the eye is also one away from being complete. So in the story, there's one missing piece to restore the eye that fixes the broken system and brings back peace. The eye in the Simpsons clip literally says, "Buy crypto suckers." And in Gematria, there's one number missing to get to 589. So you can't make this up. But remember, what I showed you at the beginning of this video, the beings from the sky, the ones the Egyptians said gave them this knowledge to encode pi, the golden ratio, and the dimensions of the entire planet into stone thousands of years before anyone else figured it out. They left behind a story about a broken system with one missing piece that restores it all. And that's what's happening in the financial system right now. The old system is breaking and the new one is being built. And if you don't understand how to position yourself before that missing piece falls into place, you're going to be on the wrong side of it. Because simply knowing the information, it's not enough. The complexity alone of the new financial system will bury you. And most of you watching this video right now will keep waiting for the same coin to pump that you've held for months or even years. But you won't use a real strategy, and that's exactly how you'll get left behind. Because the elite, they're not hoping, they're not just sitting there waiting for the next bull run to happen. They've been executing a private blueprint behind closed doors for years. And I've studied this for years, and I've built a team that operates at the highest levels of blockchain and finance. My lead researcher comes directly from a crypto company that hit a $10 billion market cap. My consulting partner has spent years advising 8- and 9-figure private offices on how to protect their wealth during great resets, just like the one that we're going through right now this year. And inside of our Altcoin Pro Accelerator program, we don't just help you by telling you what to buy or telling you what to hold. We show you how to generate yield on your crypto every single day, leveraging the same protocols the wealthiest institutions use. So that way your portfolio starts working for you, whether the market goes up, down, or sideways for months on end. We show you how to protect your portfolio so no bank, no institution, no entity can freeze it or lock you out of the new financial system. And we show you how to position yourself with the best diversification strategy so that way you're protected from all angles. So what I want you to do right now, go to the first link in the description, watch the free training that I put together for you. It won't be up forever. And if you want to stop being a spectator and start being an insider before the gateway closes, then apply to work with my team. We only have room for a few spots per month, so act fast because spots fill up extremely fast every single time I drop a video. And if you don't see any availability to book a call with either me or an expert on my team, then just check back 24 to 48 hours because we're never going to outsource your future to a call center. Every time you jump on a call with us, you're talking with an expert that understands exactly what you need to know about the crypto market. And if you said aliens are real, something are real a few years ago, everyone would call you crazy. And it's argued that those same people are non-player characters in the Matrix that are programmed to confuse and actually argue with the real souls who understand the truth on this planet. People like you that are truth seekers. But it's all being verified now because we have literal presidents and former presidents saying that it's all true.
When it comes to aliens, there's some things I just can't tell you. There's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. We can't explain how they moved, their trajectory.
And military officials that have been on record saying they've seen them.
I was informed in the course of my official duties of a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program, to which I was denied access to those additional read-ons when I requested it.
And in February 2026, Donald Trump signed an order directing the Pentagon to start releasing UFO files to the public. And then in March, the White House quietly registered 2 new government domains to collect this information, alien.gov and aliens.gov. Now, think about this for a second. The president orders the Pentagon to release the files. The vice president says he's obsessed with what's in them. A military officer testified under oath that we've recovered non-human craft, and that's just one of them. So even the government is now telling you there's something more than just humans among us. And that's without even mentioning all the UFOs that have been seen and the designs in the crop circles that have been posted for decades, which some of them literally match the exact geometry found in the Egyptian pyramids. So the same knowledge that was encoded in the pyramids thousands of years ago is still showing up today. And if the beings that the Egyptians described, the ones who gave them mathematical upgrades to advance their technology way before their time, thousands of years before anyone else even figured it out and encoded the dimensions of the entire planet into stone, if that's all real and the US government is now admitting it, then what we just decoded isn't just an ancient fictionary story. It's a blueprint, a broken system, one missing piece, and a reset that makes it whole again. The old system is breaking, and you can feel it right now. The debt, the wars, the chaos, the disclosures, it's all happening right now. And the people at the top, the ones who had access to the information that they weren't sharing with everyone else, the ones who've been planning this for decades, they aren't panicking right now. They've already positioned themselves. That's why whales have accumulated over 4 billion XRP while the price has been crashing. So right now you have a choice, because here's what I've seen happen 1,000 times. Someone watches a video like this, their mind is blown, the information changes how they see the world, or it just confirms what they already knew, and then they do absolutely nothing with it. They go back to scrolling social media, they go back to checking the price every 10 minutes on CoinMarketCap, they go back to sitting on their crypto, hoping it pumps, waiting for the next bull run, and when the elites implement their plan, they're on the complete wrong side of it, staring at a screen, assets they can't touch, while the rules of the game change overnight. And I get it, there's so much noise out there online, there's so much information, so many people telling you what to do, it's overwhelming. And that's exactly how the elite wants you to feel, because confusion is a weapon. As long as you're confused, you're frozen, and as long as you're frozen, you're not a threat to their plan. And that's why I'm looking for serious investors who see what's happening and they're ready to actually do something about it, to protect their portfolio and to prepare their family for the future. Because the difference between the people who build generational wealth during the Great Reset, like what's happening right now, and the ones who get completely wiped out, it's not intelligence, it's not luck, it's about having a real system, having a team in your corner who has already been through multiple market cycles and knowing exactly how to position you for what's coming. And then it's just simply about you taking action with that information. And that's exactly what we help you do inside of our Altcoin Pro Accelerator program. We don't just give you picks for altcoins and then send you on your way and hope for the best. We show you how to build a portfolio that's protected through any market condition. We show you how to generate yield on the crypto that you're already holding every single day, so your money is working for you whether the market goes up, down, or sideways. We show you how to position yourself in assets before the crowd even knows they exist on centralized exchanges. These are pre-market plays that have that 5x, 10x, 50x, and 100x potential, because our research team has already called projects like Solana back at $8 before it did a 25x, Pendle at 16 cents before it did a 40x, and countless of other altcoins at historic lows, even projects before they even launched. And you also get a dedicated one-on-one mentor helping you build a custom game plan based on your situation over the next 5 months. So what I want you to do right now is click the link in the description below this video, watch the free training that I put together for you showing you our SGS system, because I'm not going to leave it up forever. And if you're serious about positioning yourself before the gateway closes, then apply to work with me and my team, because the ancient Egyptians encoded this knowledge for a reason. They carved it into stone because they knew someone would eventually find it. And right now, you have information that 99% of the people on this planet haven't found yet because they're just too lazy and they're not searching for it. But the fact that you made it to this point in the video shows that you're a truth seeker. So the next question is, are you going to be sitting there watching the missing piece fall into place and doing absolutely nothing about it to protect yourself and prepare for the future? Or are you going to be positioned properly for when it does take place? So click the link, watch the training. Worst case scenario, you learn something new. Our coaching program is not the right thing for you. That's completely fine. Best case scenario, you apply what we teach and it completely transforms your life, your family's life, and future generations that come after you. So I will see you on the other side. I will see you on the next video. And if you want to see how much deeper this rabbit hole goes, then make sure you subscribe to the channel, because what I found for the next video that I'm about to record after this is absolutely mind-blowing. So as always, I will see you at the top. You know what to do. Stay bullish.